If you're alone right now, I want you to stop for a second and just listen. Not to the obvious sounds in your room, but to the space between them, because sometimes the quiet isn't empty. The first time I heard it, I thought it was part of a dream. 3 soft knocks. Slow. Patient. Right outside my bedroom door. Before I tell you what happened next, make sure you like this video and subscribe to if you enjoy slow, unsettling stories that stay in your head long after they end. You're in the right place. Trust me. This one builds slowly, and you don't want to miss where it leads. 3 years ago, I rented a small house at the edge of a wooded area in Oregon. It wasn't far from town, but it felt isolated. Tall trees surrounded the property, and at night, the silence felt thicker than usual. I liked that. I work from home, so peace helps me focus. No traffic, no loud neighbors, just wind moving through branches. The house itself was old, but clean. Narrow hallway, small kitchen, 2 bedrooms. The closet in the master bedroom was deeper than normal, almost too deep. The first night there, I fell asleep quickly. Moving is exhausting. I didn't even unpack everything. 10, he woke up. 3:17 a.m. I didn't know the time yet, but my body felt suddenly alert, like something had gently shaken me awake. Knock. 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 3 soft taps on my bedroom door. I stayed still. Maybe it was the house settling. Old wood can expand and shift at night. Then it came again. Knock. 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 Slower this time. I grabbed my phone and turned on the flashlight. The hallway was empty. Every other room looked normal. Doors locked. Windows shut. I told myself I was over. New place. New sounds. Sleep deprivation can do strange things. The next morning, everything looked harmless in daylight. The house even felt welcoming. I almost laughed at how tense I'd been. But the second night, it happened again. 3:17 a.m. This time, the knock didn't come from the hallway. It came from inside the closet. 3 taps. Measured, careful. I stared at the closet door from my bed. It was closed. The handle was still. Then, it moved slightly. Not violently. Just enough to show pressure from the other side. I couldn't breathe. The handle slowly turned halfway, then stopped. Nothing else happened. In the morning, I checked the closet thoroughly. No crawl space, no hidden door. But on the inside panel, I noticed 3 thin scratch marks. Ebonly, spacid fresh. I knew they weren't there before. That afternoon, I asked around town about the house. Nothing dramatic. Just casual conversation. An older woman at the grocery store hesitated when I mentioned the address. She said tenants didn't usually stay long. When I asked why, she shrugged. Some houses just don't feel right to people, she said. That answer didn't sit well with me, so I bought security cameras. 1 facing the closet, 1 facing the hallway. On the 3rd night, I stayed awake on purpose. Lights off, phone in hand. 3:16 a.m. Nothing. 3:17 a.m. Knock. 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 The closet door trembled slightly. My phone screen flickered. The camera feed glitched. Static filled the display. I looked up. The closet door was open. I swear I didn't see it open. The inside looked darker than it should have, like the darkness had depth. Then I heard breathing. Slow. Heavy. Not mine. I stood slowly. Every instinct told me not to get closer. But I did anyway. As I reached the closet, something shifted inside. A tall shape, almost touching the top frame. Its face looked blurred, like my brain refused to focus on it. I blinked, and it was gone. The closet was empty. The camera footage from that exact minute was missing. Not corrupted, not deleted. Just gone. Maybe it was a glitch. Maybe stress was affecting me. I still don't know what was real. After that night, the knocking changed. It wasn't always at 3:17 anymore. Sometimes 3:05, sometimes 2:58. But always 3 taps. Once from under the bed, once from inside the bathroom wall, once directly behind me while I was sitting at my desk. The worst moment happened when I decided to leave the house for the night. At 3:16 a.m., I drove 2 miles down the road and parked. I wanted to see if distance changed anything. At las 3:17, my phone vibrated, motion detected in the bedroom. I opened the live feed. My bedroom door was slowly opening, no visible cause, no shadow pushing it host movement. Then I heard it through the speaker. Knock. 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 Inside the empty room? I drove back immediately. When I entered the house, everything was silent, but the front door was unlocked. I know I locked it. That was the final sign for me. I packed everything the next day. I didn't wait for another night. While carrying the last box to my car, I felt that heavy air again, like pressure building behind me. I didn't turn around, but I heard it. 3 soft taps from somewhere inside the walls. I left the key on the kitchen counter and drove away. I never asked for my deposit back. Later, I tried to learn more about the property. That's when I heard something unsettling. One former tenant moved out suddenly and was never heard from again. No one in town seemed to know where he went. People just stopped mentioning his name after a while. There were no reports of crime, no official records of anything strange, just silence. Months passed. I moved into a top-floor apartment in the city. Concrete building. No forest. For a while, nothing happened. I started to believe it had all been psychological. Isolation can affect perception. Stress can create patterns that feel real. Then one night, I woke up suddenly, 3:17 a.m. Before I even checked the clock, I heard it. Knock. 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 On my apartment door. I froze. No one was in the hallway when I looked. As I stood there, heart racing, I heard 3 faint taps again, from inside my bedroom. That's when I understood something I still can't explain. Maybe it was never about the house. Maybe some experiences follow you. Or maybe my mind was holding on to something it didn't understand. Sleep deprivation can do strange things. Fear can amplify normal sounds. Memory can distort reality. I still don't know what I saw in that closet. I don't know why it always knocked 3 times, and I don't know why it chose 3:17 a.m. No one could explain what happened in that house. No official explanation ever surfaced. Maybe it was just coincidence, stacked on coincidence. Or maybe some places are better left unexplored. If you've ever experienced something you couldn't explain, comment below and tell me what happened. I read every comment here on Unblinking, and your story might inspire the next one. And if this made you even slightly uncomfortable, share it with someone who watches horror alone at night. Because sometimes the knocking doesn't stop. And sometimes I still wake up at 3:17, listening.